Peace and blessings, everyone. You're going to hear me foodling around, foodling, yes, foodling around in the background here. I'm shuffling some cards as I speak to you. I want to say Happy New Year. Oh, that one fell out. See who that message is for. Uh, wow. Learn the way on the way. Okay, so before I get into what that means for whoever that came out for, um, eclipse season. Well, Happy New Year. Solstice begins the astrological new year, which began with the sign of Aries. And so that's when many of us officially believe that the new year has actually begun. And um, if you've been doing your decan walks with me, you'll know that right now we're in the first decan, which is ruled by the Two of Wands and the Queen of Wands energy. I'm hoping that I hope that I gave you this information, but I'll try to keep going as we go along. So the Two of Wands energy is about making decisions, and it's kind of ironic that this card will pull up or drop out, which is learn the way on the way, right? So using the energy of the fire sign of Aries, it is time, to actually progress and move forward. And I'm going to take this as a personal message for myself as well. Um, the wintertime hasn't been too bad, even though the weather has been a little questionable of late. But nevertheless, if you live in the state of Maryland, you know that we can experience all four seasons in one day. But today, when you're watching this, or if you're watching it afterwards, we've just experienced an eclipse. Now, I just want you to keep in mind, we're going to be experiencing this eclipse, which is a lunar eclipse, and then we have a solar eclipse coming up at the new moon in Aries, and then we've got Mercury retrograde. Now, if you've been with me for quite some time, you know I don't buy into blaming what's going on in your life on what's going on cosmologically. Like, if you are aware, then it gives you the heads up and you can manage and navigate what's going on. Okay? So, for this full moon in Libra with the eclipse, I want to say it's a lunar eclipse. Yes, absolutely, because lunar eclipses take places in the full moon. If you did your new moon manifestation spread, which was on or about, let me check my book here. Let's see. On or about October. I'm sorry, I should have pulled this up before. No, new moon in Libra spread. Must have been about, I don't have the exact date on me, October 13th? Yeah, because I did my new moon manifestation spread October 13th. So somewhere around there, well, Friday the 13th, duh. How about that? Um, so the new moon in Libra was around that time. So this eclipse, what it's going to do for me is bring some things to light. So the new moon was on Saturday, October 14th. Um, hmm. Well, October 13th was that fateful day for me where I lost my job. How how fitting. I actually did a reading, and anyway, this is what I mean about staying consistent with your own readings so it become a part of who you are, becomes a practice that you can go back, you can actually track, you get a heads up. So I pretty much had an idea that something was strong coming on when I did my spread. Anyway, um, so with lunar eclipses, let's go back to that. This is a time, so from now until let's say Wednesday, this is just a time to like pause and reflect, right? Time to go within, okay? Um, go back and review your new moon manifestation spread on or about the 13th, 14th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, somewhere around there. You should have done that to see what came to pass and what didn't. Later on, I'm going to do a spread, maybe not in this video because it'd be really long. We're going to go a little deeper with manifestation into 2024 because it is ruled by the Strength card. It's ruled by the 8, which is about abundance and harmony. We'll get back into that, right? So, let's speak a little bit more on the lunar eclipse. So, a lunar eclipse is the grand completion or an ending. Something is being completed, something ended, released from my life, our lives, I should say. So, lunar eclipse always at a full moon, and full moons we know a time of culmination, completion, and crescendo. Yes? It's the moment where the fullest expression of the potential seeded at the new moon, which is the intentions that I planted at the new moon, are released. I need to go back into my book and check because I know that I did some intention work then. So basically, you could say it's like a cosmic orgasm, right? Just be mindful what you're doing and how you're handling things moving forward, all right? So the first card that I have pulled here for you, one energy you can tap into at this lunar eclipse, is learn the way on the way. As I said initially, it's time for, enough. It's time for OJT. It's time to put into practice some of the things that you have learned, okay? Because, you can do all the studying and all the reading and you can do this, that, and the third and so much and still not get anything done. So now it's time to put some of these things that are going on, all right? Now, if you come across anything, you are not supposed to put yourself in a position where you have to fight. It is okay for you to go the other way, right? And as we said, some things will be coming to light. You don't need to engage it. You don't need to even question it. Just say, you know what? I'm one and done. I'm moving forward. Okay? And then I've got a couple more that all fill out. 2 stubborn people. Now, this could be you and another person. Again, what I said, in the season of Aries, just imagine 2 rams butting heads. You don't want to do that, all right? With this eclipse, you're going to be working on releasing, letting go, being at peace. Let things roll off your back, okay? And move forward, as I said, into that 2 of Wands energy to make plans, okay? Remember what I had said? We're in that decan. So it's time to make plans. And this is the season, spring. So everything's going to be happening very, very quickly. Are you ready? Are you ready? Between spring and a few months for your timing there. Things are going to be on and popping and happening very, very quickly for you. Please don't tell me. I don't want you to be disrupted by the light. I think I could try to move this back a little bit. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, I'm talking to you as though you're here with me because, well, you are. Um, so if you've asked about when, maybe this is that the light? Or is this the, oh, this is the light. Okay. Oh, es mejor. Es mejor. Maybe you've been asking about, go back and check what you have done, your new manifestation reading, on or about between the 12th and 14th of October. Hopefully you did that. It's going to come, whatever didn't come to pass may come to pass still. It's not over and done yet. Let's just say that this lunar eclipse is blowing the top off of things. So between now, we are in spring, this is perfect, and a few more months, that what you had set your intention on or set in motion back in October during the new moon in Libra may come to pass. You just need to be ready. Okay? So, one of the things that we are going to do now, since we're at a full moon, we are going to celebrate everything that has worked out for you. Yes, the full moon is a time of harvest, self love, and appreciation of all things that we've been given and have earned. So, it's a time to be happy and celebrate and really be in that place, okay? And I know with the eclipse and Mercury retrograde and the solar eclipse, I think around April 8th, there's this energy of doom and gloom. All I can speak for is today. We're here today, okay? Be strong, put up boundaries. These are the cards that came out. And, oh, the opportunity is approaching. This is another deck. In regards to, I'm using these decks to help me tap into the energy of the full moon, help me stay focused on this, and help you guys stay focused on the messages coming through from the full moon. I'm going to pull one more card, and then we will do our spread. Okay? So, trust, you already know. And that's what I had said in the first card here is learn the way on the way. You know what you need to do, and it's okay to move forward with that now. So, no more certifications not needed, no more classes, meaning no more stagnation, no more sitting still. Please put into practice because that is the only way you're going to learn if it works or not, right? That's why it's called practice. So I feel like it's time to get out of the the learning and the apprenticeship, not even apprenticeship stage. Like you've just been waiting, you feel like, oh, I don't know enough, I'm not qualified enough, I need to learn more, 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 more. That cup is running over. It is time to pour some of that out and bring in some new stuff, all right? So let's do a spread for you. I'm going to keep these here. And it's just 3 cards. And I'm going to shuffle and I'll put them down. And the first question is, what gives you joy? Okay. So the first card is what gives you joy? The second card will be your gifts to the world. And card number 3 will be your unrecognized potential. First card, as I said, will be what gives you joy. 2 cards here. 9 of Wands. Well, we'll take a look at that. 9 of Wands, what gives you joy? Well, tell me, what do you think? I know 9 of Wands is always being defensive, but what gives you joy is being prepared, right? What they say, if you stay ready, you be ready, or something to that effect. So what gives you joy is just knowing that you have all your ducks in a row, like you're ready for anything. I think you've done all the work, as I said. You're good. You you've interviewed, you've done the preparatory preliminary interviews to make sure you can answer the questions correctly. Obviously I didn't prepare for this because this is how I roll. But this is what gives you joy. Just having everything, you got your meal plans ready, you've got schedules down pat. You've been through a lot, and you can see by the path behind this person, they've come a long way. And what brings you joy is knowing that, like you did that shit. Like, what? Like, oh my gosh, I'm good at this. Okay? And I'm ready for this. I'm ready for the next phase. I'm ready for the next thing. Okay? And the next card is your gifts to the world. pull from here. Let's see what we have here. Seven of Swords, your gift to the world. Well, strategic. You know how to, again, that goes back to planning. That goes back to the Two of Wands. You're protective. You know, the Seven of Swords is, you tend to look at the big picture and you can see where the faults may be. And you might actually point out or invent or initiate systems to help make things easier for those that you care about. Like you're always, well, one of your gifts is to always basically be, of course, on guard, but not just for yourself, but for those that you love and care around you. You know what I mean? You're always in that planning stage. You're the planner. You're the one that has the big pocketbook with the tissues and the snacks and the candy bars, and you've got the emergency numbers and all of that. And there's nothing wrong with that. Someone has to do it. And I want to say, especially during these past emotional months, I don't know about anybody else, but I'm so glad Pisces is over and done with because, wow. Scorpio, all that water energy was just too much. Now we're moving into air, fire and air, which is perfect, right? Because the Emperor is ruling this time right now. And the Emperor needs to be surrounded by people who can think clearly, who are not so wrapped up in their emotions. So my Seven of Swords in this regard is you're very strategic. You have foresight, like you can see and sense, and I'm looking at the yellow and the blue, you can sense in your gut, and you're able to speak with the blue what things may need to be addressed. There's nothing wrong with that. And your unrecognized potential, let's see, is, oh, look at that, the Fool. Able to begin again, able to start over. Now, don't get stuck here. You've planned, you're ready to move. And yes, you're great at strategizing, but don't get hung up on that. As my Fool card, your unrecognized potential is that you're great at initiating things, starting things over. Like, okay, I heard this saying, um, a good plan today is better than a better plan tomorrow, right? Because tomorrow you may not have time to execute that plan. This is something that you do here. You can execute that plan. And if it doesn't work, you're okay with that. You're okay with starting over, starting fresh, because now your basket is filled with more information and more knowledge moving forward. So, I am going to pull a few cards of inspiration and encouragement as we move forward into this solar, solar energy of Aries and the lunar eclipse of Libra, which is, we have both of them here, wanting to go and do things, and that Libra energy tends to overthink and want to deliberate. But the Fool card is asking you to start fresh, okay? So you do have all these gifts and talents and things that you can work with right now. Like it's it's like the universe is saying, now is the time. Now is the time to begin again. And that goes back to the trust what you already know, right? Yes, put up your strong boundaries. Absolutely. Okay? The opportunity is approaching. The time is coming soon. Yes? So, let's see. Your word of encouragement. I'm using my Rebel deck. I'm using the clean version because coming back, I'm going to be doing a weekly. Do a weekly spread. It's going to be a big one. And we're going to get a little deeper into the week ahead. So I hope you'll be with me. Let's see. You're grumpy. If you're grumpy, drink water, eat something, take a shower, go to sleep. The world will look different when you wake up. For those of you who've been here, on the defensive, on alert, you can rest now. As I said, the Fool didn't come up for no reason. You can rest. You can take a break. Happy New Year. Time to hit the reset button, all right? And it's not more crap coming your way. You understand me? Be mindful of other people's opinions. They will impact you. Doesn't matter. Do not compare yourself to others. We know this already, right? Uh, Consider haters and those who speak against you or try to hold you down as members of your fan club. You understand? As they say, bad press is better than no press. And your last card is, look at this, you are in charge of creating your life. Where do you see yourself next week? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? That's the Fool. You are in charge of creating your life. So with that, I am complete, and Happy New Year. I'll be back a little bit later with your weekly reading. Take care.